Dear colleagues, thank you for joining. Not colleagues, but as well dear friends. So, word colleagues is in use mostly in Russian-speaking countries, or even ex-Russian-speaking countries. In English, most likely, dear guests. My name is Ivan. I would be here like content moderator. So my role here is to support Artem with his talk. So we would speak about quite interesting topic. It would be how we would behave in remote work, who will help organizations. Several quite short introduction of Artem. He is founder and agile coach and organization consult of the consulting company like Simple Sense. It's Ukrainian company, well known, and we are very good partners with a lot of different events. Artem is good contributor to Agile Ukraine community with another colleagues. They do a great job in this area, and he has a wide experience from QA perspective to Scrum Master roles and to coach. So he has a really long story with Agile, not only Agile, but lean practices and hybrid work. So I hope that Artem can tell more about himself much better than me. Only several questions or several comments what I have. So you can add your questions after the session to the talk link. I would add it now to the chat. And as well, Artem will share with the tool which he's using for showing the stuff. And during the session, you can write question like there or in other places. So up to you what way to use, but we would name it at the end and give opportunity to answer to Artem. So Artem, thank you. Welcome to the stage. Thank you for joining. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Ivan, for a warm welcome. Hello, everyone. Good evening, good day, depends on your time zone. So yeah, my topic is quarantine is on pause, but what about remote work? Who will help organizations? One slide about myself. I'm from Ukraine, from Kyiv, it's capital of Ukraine, one of the biggest and nicest countries in Europe. So please visit us at least once in your life and you will never forget. I'm managing partner and agile coach at Simple Sense, as Ivan said. We're helping organizations and companies and teams to work more efficiently by coaching, consulting them. In the past, I was a QA engineer, so I started as a manual software tester, then I was promoted to team lead, QA manager, project manager, Scrum Master finally, somewhere in 2013, I believe. I was a best QA in Ukraine by IT Awards. It's a kind of a Ukrainian IT Oscar award. I don't know for what, maybe for some contribution in educating people, because I'm also CEO and coach at Start IT Training Center. We train and develop software testers for more than 8 years. And as you could imagine, I'm quite excited with learning myself, study continuously, and then share this experience with other people. So I have a lot of certifications from Scrum Alliance, certified Scrum Professionals, Scrum Master and Product Owner, both certified Agile Leadership, Professional Scrum Master by Scrum.org, certified Less Practitioner by Less, learned last year from Craig Larman in New York City. So quite a wide range of different trainings and workshops was visited because I do believe that you should never stop develop yourself, develop your skills to provide a better services to your teams and clients. That's my belief. Yeah, and also I'm a guest lecturer at Kyiv Mahila Business School and MBA programs, and I'm a happy husband and father. And in real life, if I'm standing, I looks like on this picture. And also I'm a fan of Dynamo Kyiv, who should win today again. Enough about myself. It's profiles of our clients for the last few years with whom we are mostly working and helping them. So it's Prozoro, Publiczny, Zakupivli, it's a tender platform, governmental tender platform, buyer platform. Competira is software startup, B2B SaaS on better pricing. Rosetka is one of the biggest e-commerce platform and marketplace in Eastern Europe, I believe. Skylum Software is a startup for photo editing. McDonald's Ukraine, I don't believe that you know this company very well. Intertop, it's a shoe retailer and one of the biggest also in Ukraine and Kazakhstan. We work closely with them for more than 3 years, helping on their agile adoption, agile transformation way. MV Ukraine, Starlight Media Production, video production for 3 biggest TV channels in Ukraine. Nash Format, it's a publishing company who publish books, real paper books that still exists. And Express Bank from Azerbaijan, Baku, was also one of our clients. So totally different companies, yeah, not only software, but also real economic companies, banking, publishing, video production for TV shows, and so on and so on. E-commerce were in our portfolio. But what I observed, and you observed too, I believe, that world is changed. It's changing continuously, but recently, this spring, after COVID-19 started situation in the world, we need to change the way we usually want to work. I'm also, as an agile coach and agile believer, believes that the most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within teams is face-to-face communication. But nowadays, currently, many companies could not push their people to go to offices, and it's good because we're thinking about their health and safety should be on the first place. I also believe in this. So we need to adapt to new reality. And many companies were scared about remote work at the beginning. They were also thinking that it should dramatically decrease the productivity, the efficiency, maybe quality, maybe collaboration between people. But soon, after a few months, many companies admit that delivery rate is still there. Some teams even show better delivery rate and better quality of work. So it was a surprise for some companies. And also we realize that this disease, this COVID, not going elsewhere in the nearest future. So we need to find new ways and continuously adapt to this situation. And what we could observe nowadays, we see that one of the biggest few or several of the biggest companies in the world are not scaring anymore, and they prolong the period for which their employees could stay at home and work from home, work remotely. Some companies even said that it will be prolonged forever. So from nowadays, their employee could work not from offices. And I've collected some big names like Spotify, Amazon, Google, Twitter, Uber, Facebook, and so on, Salesforce. So you could find the original article by this link, entrepreneur.com. And what it means, and what could be the consequence. Such a future requires a lot of change in structure. Yeah, so originally many companies were still in such kind of structures, so kind of classical top-down, yeah, with command control management, are optimized for resource utilization, and with big belief that at the top should be smart people and at the bottom should be working people. Just we need to command and control, give them instructions, checklists, and control the jobs they are doing. Yeah, it was a belief of kind of traditional organizational structure. Then many companies start changing their approach to reversed pyramid with leadership at the bottom and teams, maybe even cross-functional teams, who is customer facing and customer focused on the need of the customer. So what we can observe is here, they work collaboratively between departments, between functions, and also start working more collaboratively with clients, more open communication towards clients, like using social media, questionnaires, and such techniques or tools like design sprints, design thinking became more popular. Some open demo, some beta tests appears in such structures. But what we could expect from future with all these unstable changes, with this complex, sometimes chaotic environment, that more and more organizations will switch their approach to more adaptive organizational structures, adaptive and purpose-driven, to make sure that we have enough autonomous squads which could adapt to change and to new inquiry from market, from business, from customer, and new blockers and new challenges we could face the next day, and we cannot predict it right now. Adaptive progressive organizations are shaped by compelling purpose, values. These are crystal clear. So values not only on paper, or on t-shirts, which were presented by company to newcomer, So real values in heart and followed by doing something following these values. Freedom and trust to professionals with maximum supportive leadership. For what? For better results, for better professional development and growing of those people, because only people are doing business, not some smart two people and many workers with hands doing business. All the people in organizations. It's one of the main beliefs here. This list was collected by reading Corporate Rebels. If you are not reading them, they have a lot of interesting articles. So I suppose that it could be useful for you to subscribe on their email listing and their blog. Also, transparency in every aspect. So business results, individual performance, and etc., etc., etc. Organization adapts in interdependence to its environment. So it's continuously adapting organization, not once you build it and then you leave it to serve. No, you should be okay to change every month, every week, maybe even every day if it's really needed to fit the purpose. And business models follow customer expectation and needs. So it's a main ingredients for more adaptive, progressive organizations. Such organizations requires more adaptive leadership style. So not just command and control traditional approach, which sometimes people call management, but it's also leadership, only directive leadership, yeah, with more approach to quality, to follow plan, to standardization, and etc., etc. What as a core adaptive leadership perspective we should take into consideration? So first of all, of course, we are still needed to have a core leadership like strategy, vision, acumen, planning, courage to lead, some action direction, decision-making, communication, mobilizing others, focus on results, because still business exists to produce some results, not only business just for being a business. But we need to add more adaptive leadership perspective like emotional intelligence, starting from self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship management. It should be present in organizational leadership layer. Organizational justice, decision fairness, information sharing, outcome concern, yeah. Some character specialities like integrity, credibility, taking into account various differences in collective, in teams, and also development, lifelong learning, developing others, investing in this development, and make sure that the next day you will not be in trouble with the bus factor of some specific, some very unique skills which only one person or maybe two persons or maybe one small team know how to do, and you need to dramatically increase efforts in that direction. But you do not have time to share this knowledge, and that's why you are in a big traffic jam, so to say, an organizational traffic jam. So these skills are really required more and more in nowadays for leadership people. How we will interact with you this day? We will use polls and questions. So asking questions during a meeting, you could use this application. I will share a link with you quite soon. Here is the link, Slido. So you just need to open Slido in your browser. I will send you to the chat also. And then it will ask you for the number of the room. ID of this room is Q179. So here's how to join. You could park your questions there or just use internal Zoom chat. It's also okay. Also, we will do some surveys during this session. It will be 3 surveys. And let's start from the very simple first survey. Let's know each other better. And I will ask you who is in the room today. What is your role in current project? So here is the link and QR code if it's more suitable for you. Please join us, and I will share, I will launch the first polling right now. So for me, it's interesting, who are you? You are developers, agile coaches, scrum master, project managers, product owners, CEO of the companies, software testers, analysts, designers. Who is in the room? Please vote in this simple poll. And I will share results with you just right now. Here's the live results of our voting. Agile coach, business analyst, scrum master, software tester, business consultant. some big project manager in the middle, a strong role in the middle of the picture. PM, business consultant, delivery manager. Okay. Just try this simple tool. You will need it later in this presentation, which will help you to analyze your competencies as an adaptive leader nowadays. Innovation coach, nice. Technology consultant. Okay, at least it works. It's good news for me. I don't know about you, but for me it's good news that it's working. Of course, it's not the first time I'm using it, but I'm QA in the past, so you know, sometimes things are not working in my hand, even if everything was okay a few minutes ago. Okay, let's continue with slides. Thank you for your voting. You can continue, and we will go further. So what will it be about, my talk? It will be about who is an Agile coach, who is it and who it's not, and about core competencies and skills and how to build your roadmap for further development, how to analyze where you are currently now, and which of the areas could be improved in nearby future, and decide for your own how to build this road. Okay. But first of all, I want to ask you, who is an Agile coach for you? And what does it do for his clients? Based on your internal expectation or observation, because I believe it's very complex question. It's simple, but it's not so simple as it looks like from the very beginning. So please think for a minute and try to write down in one sentence using Zoom chat. So just send your thoughts to our Zoom room group chat. Who is an Agile coach and what does it do? What does he do, she do for her clients? Once I was taking part in such questionnaire in last year in Vienna. It was about, I believe, 60 people there. And I believe that it was more than 10, 12 totally different perspectives about Agile coaches. Who they are, what are they doing, what they should do, what they should not do. So please share your thoughts in chat. Facilitates Agile transformation. Thank you, Zoltan. Okay, could be. Facilitates Agile transformations, which means do it easier, more simple way. Simple. Okay. Any other ideas, propositions, options, guys? Are you here? You know, in such a big online event without video, without cameras, I'm a bit scared that nobody's listening, nobody's here. So I'll be really appreciating your involvement. Uses his past experience to highlight areas you don't know are problematic. Okay, Andrei, thank you. Could be. A role which helps Agile team to deal with situations which team doesn't have experience yet. Tigran, thank you very much. A role which helps Agile team to deal with situations. Okay. And Vitaly, nice to see you. Hello. Person who helps the team to understand Agile principles. Not bad. Provides Agile training for effective outcomes for companies. Thank you, Shahid. Arpine, sorry for naming, pronunciation. Facilitates setting up Agile processes and help team to learn to work in more flexible manner. Elisa, they help guide to work with the Agile methodology. They make sure the implementation is done correctly. Okay, one of the perspectives, thank you. Jocelyn, facilitates cultural transition to organizations to be more agile. Thank you. Kwang again, enabling clients to achieve business agility. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. If you still want to add something, just do it. It will be interesting for people in this room, I believe. But as you can see, we're talking about some verbs like helping, facilitating, provide, check, or how it was, make sure implementation done correctly, help people, help agile team, have knowledge, have experience. Yeah, so different perspectives for one role. And I can believe that we could collect even more and more different perspectives. Okay, let's go further. Do you know what does Guinea pig have to do with it? Why this picture is in this slide deck? So we're talking about adaptive leadership, about agile coaches, and I'm showing you a Guinea pig. Do you have any ideas? You can use your voice if you want. So if it's not very comfortable to chat, you can just speak. Testing the water. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's hot and they want to drink, yeah? I'm not sure that they want to drink salt water. Oh, maybe it's software testing pig. So yeah, the joke about Guinea pigs that they do not have to do anything with water, with Guinea, and also with pigs. And it's just another kind of hamsters, yeah? And sometimes agile coaches have nothing to do with coaching. And sometimes agile coaches don't have any experience with agile development and don't have previous experience with agile at all. So they have just visited some 2 days workshop and now call themselves agile coaches. So this is a irony, yeah. This is a kind of a humor from Ukraine. Okay, so that's why the pig is on the title of the slide and just a simple pig in the water is on the picture of the slide. So what I want to mention, what I want to highlight, is that some misconceptions exist with clients and agile coaches, yeah, in regards to what agile coaching is and what to expect from agile coach. Who are you trying to hire? What is your expectation from this future employee? And in which questions areas you could rely on this specialist and in which not? So this confusion has resulted in unqualified people presenting themselves as agile coaches with really little experience and low competence. Yeah, and this creates something of a lottery for clients, something like a lottery, choosing the right agile coach for them. I've been asked several times during last year, Artem, could you help us how to choose the best agile coach? How to divide them, like more experience, more suitable for us, less suitable for us? What should be the KPI for these people? How to measure their success? How to measure their impact? We do not understand. We're looking through CVs and it's kind of similar people. They've studied on some workshops. They have few years, maybe up to 5 years of experience in different organizations. And how to choose, yeah. And sometimes it's really lottery, and you're just hoping that during trial period everything will be okay, and it will be beginning of a journey, and it should be a foundation for trust and collaboration between coach and teams in this organization. So it's not an easy situation for hiring manager and hiring business organization and so on. But what is interesting, still, even with this challenge, there is a strong inquiry from business for such a specialist, for such a roles in the organizations. And they involve external coaches quite often. I could admit it as an external coach for organizations during last 3-4 years before I worked inside as an internal agile coach and scrum master. But really, they want to rise, yeah, to grow their own scrum masters and agile coaches. And sometimes I've also received a question like, okay, but what if we are not agile? We are not agile organization. We're just a shoe retailer, or we're video production for TV channels. Do we need such a specialists? Do we need a scrum master if we are not doing scrum? Do we need an agile coach if we are not doing agile? I do believe that yes, so you need a person with such competencies and skills in your organization if you want to become a more adaptive organization and deal with such challenges like dramatical changes on market or another COVID in the nearest future. So you need to be adaptive enough to survive and to be still successful with your business. So we've spent several months with my team in simple sense in fields with clients, analyzing their inquiries, analyzing their feedbacks, and also analyzing our career path. So we were thinking like, okay, if I will be in time machine and go back to the time when I just finished my first certified Scrum Master class by Scrum Alliance, and it was only 2 days learning, a lot of inspiration, a lot of great stories and tools, but what to do next day? If I'll be just a beginner again, go back to that days, and I need to be a part of agile transformation in huge organization, which skills from my nowadays experience I want to take with me, how to acquire them, how to make sure that all these models, all these tools, all these concepts will not be lost in the daily routine, that I could practice and experiment with these tools and ideas and concepts and models and learn from it and adapt next month, next sprint, I don't know, next period, adapt all the received knowledge, all the learnings, all the insights, yeah, and step up and become more successful service provider for my teams, my business, my product owner, and so on. So we've tried to put it in a different models, in a different groups, all the ideas that we have, and we create kind of a learning model. Of course, we rely on several models we've used in the past, and I want to share one of them with you. So our conclusions of this research was we should start our path of the Scrum Master, Agile Coach, whatever you call it, Agile Delivery Manager, Agile Leader, etc. So first of all, you need to understand service to whom, at what levels you are serving in your organization. And quite often you should not forget about yourself. Like in airplanes, I said, like, if something will be occurring, like trouble, first take oxygen mask on yourself and then help other people around, because otherwise you couldn't help anyone in organization if you are not thinking about yourself. And I've seen so many people who were totally burned out, and me too, in one period of my career, because they were not helping themselves. They were just serving everyone and totally burned out. So then you need to serve to your team on team level, some people around you, some developers, or it doesn't matter, some team members, product owner with whom I'm working, customers who are nearby, and then you need to serve also all the system, all the organization. So it's main 3 levels, and where to start, where to focus, how to divide your energy, your availability between these 3 levels. It's a very important topic. Second conclusion, it's about competencies. There are, I don't know, hundreds of ideas which should be main competencies of agile coaches. And quite often, if you will look to the job description on some job sites, it will be managing Jira, managing Confluence, yeah, facilitating meetings and using Google Calendar. But it's not the main competencies of agile coaches, definitely so. But unfortunately, some people who are creating these job descriptions focus people on wrong things, and we create another I don't know, secretary for the team, not the coach. It's definitely not the coach. Not local optimized today's workshops. I don't want to say that today's workshops is evil or something bad. No, it's good. It's good enough. It's better than nothing. But quite often after these 2 days workshops, people have what I call workshop hangover. You know what is hangover and what is workshop hangover? When you feel bad a few days after, because you don't know how to apply all the skills, and it's not so suitable for your organization, and you have a lot of other priorities and tasks to focus on, and you're just forgetting 80-90% of what was learned during these 2 days, and sometimes people quite disappointed about it. So we need some another model to grow these competencies, to increase the skills, to work on them. So we believe that in this learning, it should be continuation. It should be kind of a master business administration courses, so several months with homeworks and tons of practice, not only on learning materials and models, but also on real teams, real companies, real stakeholders, and so on. And also we add to our product some modularity and delicious flavoring as an optional models to add some more stuff. We created 3 stages. On first stage, we believe that it's nice to be focused on you as a coach, a little bit on a team, a little bit on organization. So some first step in there, but starting from your own to make sure that you could serve efficiently. And the second module, we decide to bring more about teams, about some team level frameworks, team agreements, facilitation on team level, and more about organizations, about organizational culture, organizational structure, competitive cultures framework, and many other useful models how to work there, something from system thinking, system modeling, and so on. And in the third model, we go deeper, much deeper about the teams, some advanced practices, some advanced models, and so on, and going deeper with you about coaching, maybe personal coaching for yourself, and so on. So we end up with a product. The model that inspired us called Agile Coaching Wheel. Agile Coaching Wheel was created by a group of enthusiasts on one of the Agile Coaching retreats by Scrum Alliance. So the names of these people was on the slide, and it's openly shared by CC license. So I'm, respect this property, intellectual property of this group. And I know Mark Summers. He was in Kyiv once on Agile Scrum Coaching retreat in Kyiv 3 or 5 years ago. I don't remember properly. And he was thinking already at that time how to choose the direction, how to form some skill set or competence set for Agile coaches. And they define 8 main sectors of this wheel, as you can see. For this, we are starting from Agile Lean Practitioner. Oh, sorry. It's just a helicopter nearby my home with some. Agile Lean Practitioner, which consists of Agile Lean mindset, Agile frameworks, methods, and practices. So it's some foundation. You couldn't call yourself Agile coach if you're not expert in this area, Then facilitate learning, which means teaching people, mentoring people, and building education programs. So be able to provide a good teaching, learning opportunities for your teams and people around you. Then advising, like consultancy, we can say consulting, advising. So managing an engagement to make sure that proper people are engaged, everyone is engaged when it's needed. And giving advice when it could be taken and in a way it could be taken, so working with feedback and so on. Then 3 sectors of serving the organization, like resolving impediments, scaling agile, descaling, simplifying, and so on. And organizational development. It's in the area of knowing the organization. So what we learned is quite similar. So it's 3 areas: knowing yourself, knowing organization, but they also say like knowing the business and knowing the team. And it's totally okay for me. Serving the product owner, which consists of facilitating product definition and coaching the product owner. Sometimes we cannot just tell them what to do. We need to coach them so they can find their own way in their context, in their map of world. And serving the team, working with team dynamics, coaching the team, and starting, kick-offing the team, as we said sometimes. And of course, coaching area is one of the areas here. Coaching mindset, coaching tools, coaching techniques, and a lot of practice. It would be nice to have some practice, not only call yourself coach, because you don't want to be a Scrum Master. I don't know what about you, but I've observed so many times when people call themselves Agile coaches, meaning that it's kind of a senior Scrum Master. So I'm too experienced for calling myself as a Scrum Master, because people around quite junior Scrum Master, so I will call myself Agile coach. and in fact, I don't know much about coaching. I was there some time ago also, I believe. And facilitating, of course, is one of the core competencies, core skills, like creating an environment of accountability, and guiding the process towards results for which we are in this room or in this area, or today we are here together. So it's a wheel with some sectors, with areas, yeah, for main competencies. So agile coaching is not only about agile and coaching. Yeah, it's also about facilitation, about learning, facilitation learning, consulting, serving different dimension, different direction. So many things. And as for me, I prefer to add here one more sector, like system thinking, or it could be included somewhere in serving the organization maybe, because I believe it's crucial in nowadays to not dive into local optimization and be focused on the whole system, how to help it not to do some bad stuff for them accidentally. What also they propose inside this model, they propose to divide each area for 5 levels of assessment. And first level they call like beginner, so person who knows the theory but has no real practical experience of application. So usually it's kind of a person after 2 days workshop, or maybe after this conference maybe, I don't know. But I believe that from this conference we have more experienced people, of course. Second one is practitioner. So this person has applied in at least one situation and may still require support or mentoring in the application of proper area we're talking now. Journey person. So I can apply in mass situations independently. Craft person. Unconscious competence. Has mastered the application and knows when to bend and when to break the rules. So it's something similar to Shuhari conception, if you're aware about it. And the fifth is a guide innovator, the person who is capable to change to meet the current situation and innovate to create new techniques, new models, new practices, and implement them and adapt every day. So it's the main 5 levels they propose. On their website, you could find a lot of information, even like decomposition of some of the sectors to these 5 levels. For example, I've copy-paste from their site Agile Lean Mindset. Yeah, what they propose, like beginner, able to summarize Agile values and principles. So at least this person knows the manifesto basics, and able to describe manifesto and principles. So yeah, like theoretical level. Yeah, knows the theory, but has no real practical experience. Practitioner can contrast an agile mindset with a non-agile mindset, demonstrate how the values and principles of manifesto are presented in how their team works, able to demonstrate an agile mindset, that's not only talking about it, but also doing it, able to explain the core concept of lean thinking, also lean thinking, yeah, not only like 4 values and 12 principles, recognizes when decisions help or hinder the adoption of agile principles, and can help teams apply existing practices in more agile way, and so on. Journey person, like, can apply in most situations independently, models the values and principles, able to analyze the personal fulfillment of values and identify how they could improve, able to help those outside of the immediate team adapt agile principles, can associate lean principles and agile approaches, can illustrate at least 2 concrete examples of how they actively applied agile values in their work. Craft person, so unconscious competence, has mastered the application. Describe an experience in which there is no obvious resolution to an impediment, requiring them to leverage agile values, principles, and so on. So they have such a description in their website. You can find them in Google by Agile Coaching Wheel. It's a biliminal company and biliminal website, I believe. Yeah, and what I propose for you, so how it could be used with some value for you as a visitor, maybe for your teams, for your Scrum Master, for your Agile coach nearby you in the organization, for the leader who wants to grow adaptive leadership competencies. Yeah, so you can use it as an assessment tool. You can use it as a tool for building a roadmap. You can use it as a tool for reflection about your skills. And I will give you a very simple example how to do it. So let's think about ourselves. Find competencies on the wheel where you feel at 4 or 5 from 5-star scale. So just look at this slide. Think about these main 8 areas and find few of them in which you feel yourself for score of 4 or 5 out of 5. We will use Slido again. I will stop first question and I will run second one. So now you can vote for second one. Please use your devices, phones, I don't know. Here is a QR code. Otherwise, you can just open a link, slido.com in your browser, both mobile or desktop. You do not need to register or sign up there. You do not need to create an account. You just use the number of a room, Q179, and then you open active pool and vote. What is your strong competencies on this wheel? Agile Lean practitioner, facilitate learning. Yeah, I see some question in chat. How this wheel maps to famous article 8 stances of Scrum Master? How to assess yourself in an objective way so I know I'm practitioner only, not seasoned sensei. Okay, let's go back to this question at the end of my talk because I believe it's a discussional question. I will share results with you so you can see what is the current state. So this is the current state. Please vote. We have only 25% voted. So we can see that a lot of people in the room feel themselves quite skilled, competent in facilitating, in serving the team, in Agile Lean practitioner area. Nice. Some people with strong coaching skills in this room also present. Yeah, some people with serving the product owner. But a lot of facilitators are here. That's great. It's very useful skills for organizations, especially when we go for remote, yeah, and not everyone knows what to do and how to do. And if we have such skills, we can help them on this way. So I believe it's great. Okay, so this is a picture. Thank you for voting, those who were more involved. And as you probably can predict and imagine, now we will switch to another question. Let's think about ourselves once again. Find competencies on the wheel where you feel it 1, 2 from 5-star scale. So it's competencies with a room for improvement, so to say. And I will stop this voting and switch to next one. So your competencies and skill with a room for improvement. So which you will self-evaluate for 1 to first, second level out of 5 stars scale. So please vote again for next question. First person has voted. Thank you. So while you're voting, I will share my personal story. So when I first seen this tool, it was about more than a year ago. I was exactly in the process when I was thinking, okay, what should be the next steps in my self-development? What I want to learn, how I want to increase some areas, and how I will be measuring the result. How to define, is it already better than it was or not so good? Especially when you do not have, everyday team. So you are not working 2-3 years with the same people. You are external consultant, external coach for many people. It's hard to collect feedback in the way like, please compare how it was and how it now. So, but you want to collect this feedback, and you want to understand how to evaluate, how to check, how to validate your hypothesis that this way of self-development and learning is good enough, and it will bring you to desired state. So finding this wheel for me was fantastic day, because I was looking at this circle as you now doing the same stuff, analyzing and understand that I really need to go deeper with coaching, especially with coaching tools and techniques, because I've decided that something like 3-4, I could self-evaluate myself in coaching mindset. But as for coaching tools, I'm not so good. I really need to invest more. And how can I evaluate this area, my development there? You just need to look for such kind of a table and find, okay, can I do this and this? Yes, it's quite easy. What about this? Yeah, I've done it dozens of times. Okay, great. What about third level? Yeah, I need to be improved here, but I'm quite good here. Okay, what I want to achieve. Am I ready or want to be on a fifth level immediately? Maybe not. Maybe fourth level craft person will be enough for now. And analyzing this wheel, this circle, I found the areas and the courses and the materials which I want to use in the nearest future, and I'm continuously moving towards my goals. So that's the simple way how you can use it, and you can share it, of course, with your colleagues, with your friends, maybe with some other people, to help them on their way to, bring more clarity, bring more transparency, and so on. And the last question I have to you during the session today, this evening, what do you think? What do people usually regret as they get older? So somewhere in the respected age, they're sitting and things like, I regret about this or about that. What is that? Can you please share in chat or maybe in a voice using microphone? So what people regret as they get older? It's okay. Wiser also should be included. It will be great if older and wiser, are good friends. But still, if you will look to your ID, to your passport, and look for the date birth, regret in Agile, yeah, could be maybe for some people. I'm here not to judge anyone. I'm just, interested. What do people regret? That something has not been tried. Yeah, Gulnara, thank you. Nice to see you. Yeah, usually they said, wow, why I've not tried to visit Ukraine, for example, yeah?
Artyom, I'm regret, but we have 3 minutes.
Yeah, I know, boss.
Remaining.
I'm just finishing, so yeah. There is no such thing as regret in Agile. Everything is an experience with ability to make mistakes. Yeah, great. I'm fully with you, but in real life, outside Agile world, some people are regretting about something in some age, even me. So why I don't visit some countries before quarantine or something like that? And usually people think like they did not do what they could or maybe what they want in their time. So what I suggest you, not like waste your time or thinking, should I try or shouldn't I try? And just try, just give it a chance. Because if somebody will show me such a tool 7 years ago, I could imagine that maybe I could bring more value to my organizations and teams with which I was working. But for now, of course, all these failures is learning. But I do believe that such a tools or models could be very useful and helpful for Scrum Masters and Agile coaches. And nowadays, and such a leaders should bring more adaptability to organizations and help them to survive in any kind of complex or chaos situation they will face with. Thank you very much for your involvement and being here with me. Here's my contacts if you want to ask me something or share a feedback with me. It will be highly appreciated. So LinkedIn, mail, Facebook, Telegram, Viber, WhatsApp, whatever, just do it, please. Yeah, Elisa also shared, not have learned something useful when the chance was presented. Yeah, it's great. I fully agree with you. So just take your time, use all the chances you have, and try something new, learn something new, and share your experience with others. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ivan. And maybe some questions while I'm still here, I will be happy to answer.
Artem, thank you so much for good presentation and time. Unfortunately, I hope better maybe to move it to offline mode, so we just the colleagues and friends can put it to the page. I can copy it again. Yeah, and would appreciate if somebody would evaluate the talk and put some comments or questions. I hope, Artem, you would have chance to answer to them. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Last sentence from myself, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
If you're okay with it, please turn on the camera. I really like to see the people with whom I was speaking for last 1 hour. Maybe let's have a selfie together here in this room with a screenshot of this video call. And I've just checked Q&A section of the Slido. It's empty. So because I feel some responsibility to answer on the questions, and no questions there. Hello guys, nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. I will make a screenshot if you don't mind. Because it's kind of a gift to see smiling people who is eager to learn, to share experience. Yeah, hello, hello. It's good finishing of this learning day of this conference, I believe. Greetings from Ukraine.
Thank you, Artem, for your job. Thank you, colleagues, for joining this stuff, and see you next time on our events. Yeah, thank you.